Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the September LegFi webinar. My name is Amanda, and today we're going to cover the things you need to do to have success in the upcoming school year. Our agenda for today is who is Omega Phi, how to update your chapter roster, setting up fall billing, setting up a treasury account, transactions and budget, and updating user permissions. As always, we welcome questions along the way, so please feel free to ask, and I will answer them at the end. So let's get started. Who is Omega Phi? Omega Phi hosts and supports LegFi. For more than 30 years, Omega Phi has provided technology solutions to help customers manage their finances, streamline their operations, recruit new members, and communicate with their members. We are based out of Columbus, Georgia, and we securely process more than 1.1 million per day for our clients and have securely processed more than 4 billion since 1992. We're also deeply committed to serving, promoting, and advancing the fraternity and sorority experience. We are passionate about what we do, and it's this passion that has encouraged our clients to trust us to do the heavy lifting so they can focus on their mission and having fun. We are getting into the fall semester, so it is important to make sure your roster is up to date. To add members, you'll go to the members module, and then you'll click on Add Members. From here, you can use the CSV sample file to import multiple members, or you can click on Single Member to add members one at a time. If you need to update a member type, you'll go back to the list of your members, and then you'll click on the square next to their name. And then under Actions, click Edit. And then under the member type, you will select the member type that you would like to change them to. If you are switching a member to alumni, once you have updated their member type, you will then send an email to LegFi support at legfi.com so they can be archived. This is an important step. If those members are not marked as alumni and archived, your chapter will get charged for them. So moving on to setting up billing, once your member roster is up to date, now it's time to set up the billing. So under the Invoices module, you'll click on Create New Invoice, and then from here you will select the members who need to be invoiced from the list. Then you will select Add Charge, and from there you'll enter the information, the charge title, and then if it's a recurring charge or a one-time charge. And you can put in one amount for all of the members, or if you have a different amount for each member, you can add a charge for each member. Then you put in the description. And one new thing to note is now under the deposit financial section, you can select a treasury account to deposit the payment for the charge. I will show you how to open a treasury account in just a moment, but an example of how you might use the treasury account is to charge your members for their dues, which you want to deposit into the operating treasury account, and then you can do a different charge, and you can charge them rent to be deposited into your housing treasury account. Once you enter the information for the start date and the due dates, you can then enter your late fee if you have one, and then if it's a recurring charge, you want to add those recurring dates. So once you are satisfied with how you have it set up, you can then click on Save Charge. And then under the Add a Message, you can add the message that you'd like for it to go out. That is not a required step, so you don't have to do that. And then before sending the invoices, you can preview the invoice. And once you are satisfied, you can then click on Send Invoices. So as I mentioned, Treasury Accounts is something new this year. It is a bankless solution to help your organization manage your finances and helps mitigate the frustrations and pitfalls of other options like bank accounts, peer-to-peer apps, and cash collections by providing unlimited FDIC insured accounts that each chapter can configure based on their needs. As I mentioned, you can create multiple Treasury accounts for specific areas of operations like housing, social events, recruitment, meals, and philanthropy events. So first, you will need to set up a Treasury account. So you'll select Financial Accounts, and then under that, you will select Add Treasury Account. The Treasury account terms and conditions will appear. Please read and check next to each statement to acknowledge the terms. Once you have read through them, you can then click on Submit. And in compliance with federal regulations, our payment processing partner, Stripe, must collect all of the information requested in the Know Your Customer form. This form is securely encrypted, and the data provided will only be used by Stripe system to verify your identity. So from here, you'll put in your mobile phone number and your email address, and then click on Continue. You'll receive a code and you'll enter that. And then you'll go in and enter your information. You will need to provide your name, contact, and identifying information as requested, your date of birth, and your home address. And it's going to ask for your phone number again and your social security number. Once you enter all your information, you'll click on Continue. And sometimes it will say that missing information is required. You'll click on Update, and then it will tell you what you need to submit to verify your identification. You'll upload that, and then your Treasury account will be listed and appear under your Treasury accounts. So it will say identity verification pending. Once you upload your information, it does take 5 to 10 minutes for that to upload. So you can go back and do other things that you need to do, and then click on it and it will upload. You can transfer funds between Treasury accounts as well as between a Treasury account and external bank account via ACH transfer. To initiate a transfer, you'll select the Fund Transfers button and then select Add Fund Transfer. You can select which account you would like to transfer funds from. So you can transfer funds from your operating account to your housing account, and then the amount that you would like to transfer, and any notes, and then the transfer date if you want it immediately or in the future, and then you'll click Next. You'll review and then submit your transfer. Your transfers will show up if they're pending under the pending section, and then you can view all process transfers under the process section. So now let's take a look at Treasury cards. First, we'll look at how to create a Treasury card for your account. So going back to the Financial Accounts module, you will select the 3 dots next to the Treasury account that you would like to order a Treasury card from, and then you'll click Treasury Cards. Next, you will click Add Cardholder, and then you'll select Choose Member. You'll choose the card type. It will be physical or virtual cards. Physical cards will be shipped to the user within 5 to 10 days of the enrollment date, while virtual cards can be quickly created for time-sensitive purchases. And then you can choose your daily spending limit, or if you want to do weekly, monthly, you can set that limit. And then click on Done. And once the card settings have been updated, you'll click Next, and then you'll click Submit. The new card will then appear in the Treasury Card section. You will also need to add the cardholder data. So you will go in and you will add your name, email, phone number, address, and shipping address for physical cards. And then LegFi will send an email notification to the card holder requesting that they upload a picture of their government issued ID to complete the verification process. So once your Treasury card is created, you can add it to your digital wallet. Both virtual and physical Treasury cards can be added to Apple Pay, Google Pay, or Samsung Pay wallets by opening the app on your device and entering your card details. Now that we've reviewed how to create a Treasury card, let's look at how you can manage your cards. To manage a card, you'll go under the Treasury cards, you'll click on Actions, and you can suspend or freeze a card so that it is no longer able to be used. Users will get a notification that the card is unavailable if the card is in their digital wallet. Suspending a card is temporary. You can come back to the Action section and click Activate to reactivate the card. You can close a card if that officer no longer needs access to it. Closed cards cannot be reactivated. And you can report a card as lost, stolen, or damaged if you need to receive a new card. And you can also select View Edit to review the member's card information and settings. So now we're going to go over transactions. Give me just a moment. I'm going to switch back to the PowerPoint to show screenshots for security purposes. To review a card's transactions, you'll select the link in the View Transactions column, and then by clicking on the actual transaction, you can then view additional transaction information, and if you feel the transaction is suspicious, you can select the Dispute button at the bottom of the screen. You can also look at the status of any disputes you may currently have by going back to the Treasury Card section and click on Disputes. From here, you will be able to see all disputes, and then you can separate them between won disputes and lost disputes. You can create a budget for your chapter under the Budgets module. You can manage the revenue categories and expense categories by clicking on the Manage Categories. You can add new categories, edit categories, or delete categories. Once you've created your categories, you can then create your budget by clicking on Manage Budget. The revenue categories are at the top and the expense categories are at the bottom. You can also manage your categories from this page as well. Under the revenue categories, you'll input how much income you're expecting for each category per month. And then under the expense category, you'll put how much expenses you'll have for each category per month. It's important to ensure your income is at least equal to your expenses so the chapter does not run a deficit for the year. So now let's look at how to update user permissions. To do that, you'll go to the gear icon, and then you'll click on Permissions. If you need to remove someone's admin access, you'll click on the button under Admin, and that will turn off their admin access. If you need to give someone certain access within LegFi, you'll click on the Edit link, and next to their name, and choose which modules they can read, edit, if you want them to only be able to do those things. And then from here, you can also select admin status from this page. We hope this webinar has been helpful today. If you need any additional support, you can find the LegFi knowledge base by clicking on the question mark icon at the top right-hand side of the LegFi application. Also, our dedicated LegFi support team is available to provide you with any additional assistance you may need. Just reach out to us at legfisupport@legfi.com. So thank you everyone for joining us. You will receive an email with the link to watch this webinar again, and it will also be uploaded to our YouTube channel. Have a great afternoon.